Yo guys, how's it going? Hey Anatoly. So you made me my biggest fan, is that what you're saying? What makes you my biggest fan? Hopefully everything's running good. Oh, we got all Necros are watching my videos. Ooh, that's interesting. It's quite good how a lot of people around the world are watching my videos. I like to look at the analytics and see kind of where people are from. It's quite interesting. Many different places all around the world. Many different languages. Which is good. I don't recognize the language though. Where is that from? So basically today I am going to be getting my weeklies done, as it said on my my thumbnail for the stream. Oh, it's Ukraine. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm glad to see many Ukrainian people watching my videos. More the merrier is what they say, right? Hello there. How's it going? I'm going to be completing all my weeklies today. I've been slacking this week, guys. I've actually been getting ready for a video that I'm going to be bringing out, hopefully this week. Making loads of infographics for a guide on the ultimate Necro gem list for all builds, for all types of spend, whether that be free to play right up to like massive whale. So it's been taking me quite a while fitting that in once while going around my normal day-to-day jobs, you know, so that's why I've been slacking on videos the last couple of weeks, and because it's just a bit of downtime. You know, we're waiting for the new content to come next month, which should bring us the anniversary. We're not going to get the Druid straight away. I believe the Druid's going to come in July. But we're going to have a lot of new stuff coming up, and I think that's when a lot of the videos will be just definitely blasting off. I think at the moment a lot of content creators are just filling in gaps while we wait for new content. How's everyone else's days been? You know, how's everyone's weekend been? More importantly. Now we're back to the working week coming up for anyway. See if I can get a group for Verge. I have been proper slacking. I haven't completed any. I think I've still got 2 terrorists to do as well before the end of the night. Oh, we got 1. So it is going to be very much a very chilled stream. Chilled music, chilled vibes, getting some weeklies done, ready for the new stuff next week when it comes to me now being Shadow again after the 7-week reign. We did get a blessed reign, so that's quite good. Oh, we may have another. Yo, Zibs, how's it going, mate? I'm doing very well. Just be glad to get these weeklies done. I've been slacking this week, just explaining how I've been doing a massive ultimate guide on Necro legendary gems for all different spend levels that hopefully I'm going to be releasing this week. It'll hopefully give people some sort of insight on what they should be looking for when they start the game, going right through until they get up to like massive WoW level, if their aim is that, and all of the in-betweens as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think people are going to like it. It's taken a fair amount of work though, how we're kind of putting it together. Gaming at the Blood Rose, so close, but I remember you. Easy Money Media, welcome in. Feels good that we in Fleet took one game from Immortals in the final right early today. Nice. I'm actually looking forward to being Shadow again. I like the kind of 7 weeks on, 7 weeks off. It was definitely a good reign. I wasn't online for the battles. I took a stand back from the battles this week. Just had a bit of a chill evening. As I said, I've been getting on with this this guide that I'm bringing everyone, so. I only need one more. You'd like to be Immortal just once, just to see what it's like? It's not really, I suppose, that much difference. But then I've done it quite a number of times. Hey bro, are you from England? Do you love Apex Twin music? I don't know if I've ever heard of them. But being Immortal is quite cool. You see a different side of it. You know, if you haven't been that side of it before, it's I suppose it is quite exciting. Gonna be interesting to see the CR. Oh man, tell me about it. I ain't done Path of Blood for ages. It feels like ages anyway. 7 weeks just feels so long, but be interesting to see that 100 CR, that 100 Path of Blood. See what that CR is. What are we expecting? I never really pay that much attention to it, to be fair. I just normally go in, blast them out to 100 and not really even focus on it. Even when it tells me it's going to be harder than or higher than my CR, just do it. If I struggle, then I'll wait a couple of days. Can I get in here and get back out? It's going to be pushing it, I think. Risking it. Risking it. Risking it. Your CR is 48,200, so I'm hoping I'm good for the last boss of PoE. It's got to be somewhere around about that. It's got to be good for most people, right? Rip. It's got to be good for most people. Like, you can't expect it to be like 49,500, for instance, can you? I always like the first day back as Shadows, though. Especially before that first Tuesday, 9 PM, you got to get all your tasks done to make sure you're going to be getting ready for vigils. Got to be that top 3 clans. Just going to use my lightest build to smash out. Yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. I've been testing a new challenge build, a challenge rift build as well, guys. It's very promising. I actually managed to get a 484 down, which is like just under 1,000 CR above me. And then 485, I can get right to the boss with like half the time left. So it seems like ample of time. But the boss just absolutely annihilates me. Kill the boss. Kill the boss. Kill the boss. I have no idea. Now I have something like 48,650. That's still good. 48,650 is good. I think that's about the average, sort of around that 48 to 48 and a half kind of mark is the average for most players at the moment. Anyone that's been a bit lucky when it comes to the rolls on CR and the gear, then potentially is a little bit higher. Not very often the boss hits that corner. DJ JD, hello, you have a question. I scanned back in your videos and can't seem to find a full-on pet build that uses golem mages and skellies. That's because I think you'll find there isn't one as yet. I know it's old school, but I'm struggling to pick it. So the only one I think is on there that may be of use to you is the lightning build. Possibly of use to you. I'm still working on my reforges so I can get my summon reforges back to where they should be, so I can actually do some proper summon builds for you guys so you can see what I would do. But we all know what it's like when it comes to reforges and our reforged stones. We just never have enough of them. With the season ending, hopefully I'll be good with some rolls. What is the current setup you're using now then? The lightning build can take you really far. It's still super OP, considering it's been around for a very long time. If used correctly, it's a very, very good build. We need a few more mobs killed yet before we hit 2k. Here we go. You use the helmet that makes skellies and green aura zombies. Okay, so we've got poison zombies. The forever golem and mage that comes with auto shield. See, that's not a bad little setup. I think that'd work fine. For most things. Have you got the black wall mages? If you can use the black wall mages, you can get up like 6 at a time. They do take a while to spawn and for you to actually get them up to 6, but they're super OP. The only time I'd use the shield auto mage would be for like maybe raids, but then I do use it in Vanguard as well, because that is a really powerful mage offhand. If you haven't tried the lightning build, Go on and have a go. The lightning build is really, really good. A lot of fun as well, seeing loads of lightning all over the place. I used to play the lightning build all the time when I was on my summon Necro. All of the time. Pretty much for most content as well. Before I got really into doing the spin to win build. I got to that point where I'd solidified myself as a summon Necro so hard that I had to really go and sort out all my gems to actually be able to do this build, which, as you can imagine, took a while, especially as I was still new to the game back then. Even the game was still fairly new when the lightning build came out. I think that came out, what, 18 months after the game came out, maybe? Azaran, how's the holiday? When are you back anyway? Azaran's my brother, guys. He's on Twitch if you can see him in the chat on the actual window. Is it Wednesday you're back? Oh, nice. I did see someone on Facebook to say you was up the Empire State Building and gone to the Rockefeller. That's cool. How was the Empire State Building? You might jump to the Druid when it comes out for a few days. Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the Druid. Test out the Druid when it comes out. I think it's going to be July. All guys from other servers are scared about ours. Definitely together. If you know about... Yeah. I think there's going to be some mergers come up at some point with servers. We haven't had any this year, but I'm highly expecting there to be some. That was shit for elites. We still hit 2k though. It's all good. How's it going, man? Welcome in. I wish we had wins every week so we could just do gems really quickly. I hate we only can get 8 gems per run maximum when you get 2k points. Try and get more elites this time, make it a bit faster. Ooh. Double pack. Merging any server with pools, I think it will be quite stupid for Blizzard. Yeah, it's going to be, it would ruin the environment, wouldn't it, for pools, considering we're a lone server. Need to get back. Could die here, could die here, could die here. Yep. We definitely want to split up. I had to risk that. What do we think is going to happen when the markets merges? Because that's going to be no matter what. We can't stop that. That's for all servers. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Time will tell. It's going to be horrible in your opinion? Yeah, probably. You're probably not wrong there at all. Only time will tell. Prices will go up and down. It'll be interesting to see what happens to start with, but I think over time, you know, there's going to be that much more on the market. The prices will go down, right? Sorry you got quiet. I had to go back to the game and make sure I had the correct essences for suggestions you made. Seems like I have everything, so I'll give it a try on the lightning build. Give it a go. I think you'll find it's the right blast. It does so much damage. As long as you position yourself correctly when it comes to the lightning being forked around, you'll see that there's loads of damage that goes around. It takes you the time to get used to kind of positioning, but once you get it, you'll see it's really, really good. You left pools for a month to buy a 5-star gem, much cheaper than more stock than pools, and then returned. How much cheaper was it? All right, appreciate you talking and taking your time to answer and engage with the viewers. That's exactly what I'm here for, man. This is what I'm doing the streams for, you know. It's not about how many people turn up. It's about kind of, you know, what people come in and ask. They can ask me just on the fly about different things when it comes to Necro. I think Necro is one of them classes where it is a bit more in depth, isn't it, than other classes, because you've got so many things that you can potentially go into. You know, summons is very unique to the class. Certain gems affect summons, certain gems don't. 40 to 45% cheaper. Holy shit. That's incredible. But that's what's going to happen with all servers, right? Eventually it's all going to go down to be that much cheaper. Unless they bring another thing that kind of makes it so it wouldn't ever go that cheap. Because obviously it hurts their economy as well. They want people to buy the plat to buy the gems. But I suppose it works both ways, right? If the gems are cheaper, then it opens up being accessible to more people that do spend. So in theory, they would have more money going in, right? Because they have a bigger pool of people that can potentially buy. Hey, please send some PvE, PvP. I have got some builds on the channel which are, you know, PvP builds. I think I've still got the Spin to Win build on there for PvP, the damage version. I've got the Golem build on there, which I just love playing the Golem build. I don't play any other build now in PvP. And we've definitely got reset coming up this week when it comes to the seasons for PvP, so I will be pushing the legend with golem build. Speaking of gems, when I first started playing, I noticed that the suggested builds the game gives you for the class I thought you had to use them gems. It's just, oh yeah, I think a lot of people would, because that's just kind of where they're pushed towards, right? They have a lot of whales and they get stuff they don't need and they force the prices down. Yeah, and if that's going to happen across the market merging, right? Because when they merge, you're going to have all of the whales put into the actual economy, which then should drive the prices down lower. So us people that are sitting in kind of the 3 to 4 to 5k reso, we should then have a much easier time potentially, you know, getting reso, increasing our reso. Got to fix your golem, got messed up when you redid the armory. Oh man, the armory drives me mad. The amount of times I've got like normal gems missing, I have to go and, you know, unequip gems from sockets in the armory. It's just such bullshit. There should just be a button in your armory that just says unsocket all gems. Done. And it puts them straight back into your bags. Simples. How long was my Immortal Reign? We do 7 weeks on, 7 weeks off. There's only 2 alliances on the server that just switch. So you got my alliance with our guild Akuma, and then you've got Indez's alliance with his main guild being Honor. And we pretty much just swap out between the 2 alliances every 7 weeks. And it always ends up in a blessed rain nearly. I suppose in some way it'd be nice to have a bit more competition, so you had more higher kind of alliances on the server, but at least it guarantees you you know, a swap and a different pace of the game every 7 weeks, or 2 months basically, isn't it? So they don't no longer do long mortal reigns. They are capped at 7 weeks, so it does finish. Whether you kind of win or lose, you still can't continue past 7 weeks as an Immortal. Can I get it? Can I get it? Got it. What you think about the future in general, or future of Diablo Immortal? You know, that's an open-ended question. I'm guessing you mean Diablo Immortal, but I think the game will stay as it is now. Pretty much. There'll be changes, quality of life changes, but I think for the most part, we'll get new gear, we'll get new modes, we'll get new things, but you know, I think this is how the game is. And if you like it how it is, then there's no problem, right? I think the game is in a fairly good position. They need to make it easier for new players when it comes to getting to the end game. And when it comes to collecting normal gems, rip. Did that just cancel out my gems there because I died at the end? Probably no in this game. Congrats on your Immortal reign. I have never been an Immortal since playing the game. Oh, really? How come, Robert? What sort of level do you play the game at, though? That's the biggest question. Do you play, like, are you top Paragon level? How long have you been playing? Yo, Drew, welcome in. I'm doing good, mate. How about yourself? There's a few things I think we'll see in the future. I think, like, when it comes to the pay to win aspect of the game, at the moment you have to get to 6k reso and you unlock some gem slot in your wings. That will definitely be reduced. I can see that happening down to like 4k reso, so we can actually increase our resonance as a lower spenders. I don't think they'll add any more slots, like gear slots, but who knows with the game, right? Who knows? They need to change the Immortal Shadows thing. I suppose they could update that, but I don't think they will. I think that kind of the main aspect of the game where it comes to the Shadow and Immortals, I think that's kind of set in stone now. I don't think they'll ever change that. About a year after the game came out on Paragon 827, just a little over 2.2 res. Not bad, not bad. What about your CR? What's your CR at? Seems like there's new leaks concerning platting the game. Leaks, speculations. I tend to not pay attention until I get hard evidence that they're real. That's why you won't see kind of me talking about leaks, really. I'll talk about my opinions on things, but I won't really say about leaks. I'll look at leaks, but leaks are one thing, but actually truth and hard evidence that they're coming is a different matter. You've been Immortal 6 times on TOD and 1 time on pause with the Elders since they lost interest. Fuck, you play 3 years, oh god. I think a lot of us think like that, right? Immortal again tomorrow. Forgot to study for for your exams. Man, I never do that. Kill the boss. I always forget to go and do Corvus as well. I'm terrible for that. You finally got the gear suggested in the lightning build, just lacking a few of the gems you mentioned. I'll see how it goes. Give it a go. If you feel there's stuff you could change in it, what would be better for you? Change it. Mix it up. Same, just wait for the right answers. Yeah, exactly. But this rain, I'm not doing a single. It's annoying. It is annoying. It's just one of those tedious things that we have to do, right? Who got there first? Yeah, I haven't been on as much anymore. I don't know if I'm over the game or just burnt out. I do enjoy watching streams though. That's fair enough, Drew. I think it's always good to take time away, you know. So this week I haven't played as much because I've been going over this gem guide that I'm making. So I haven't really played much gameplay, and that's why I'm doing Verge now. And I did Terra Essences as well, Terra Rifts today as well. I did 8 out of 10. I got to do 2 more. But I think it's always good to take a step back every now and again, not get burnt out. You've already announced in Clan they won't see you in Corvus. That's fair play, man. AOG, how's things going? I'm going very well. Looking forward to being Shadow again tomorrow. So the Chinese stuff, they have different things on their servers when it comes to what they can do. You'd have to look into the comparison online when it comes to what differences there are between the Chinese game and our game. Because there is some, I say some, there is a few differences with some of the events they get and some of the things they're allowed to do when we're not allowed to do them. But today's RE was fun. You managed to awaken Idol and get 1 assist. Not bad, not bad. Was you against proper whales? $827 Paragon, a little over that, about a year after the game came out. So Robert, what CR are you? What combat rating are you? I'm gonna have a guess and say you're about 47,000 CR. Did you see like beginner's roadmap someone made on Reddit? Kind of neat, to be honest. No, I haven't seen that. If you found it, link it on my Discord. Again, just a little over 47,000. You're well, just kind of suited to get into a clan that could be in one of the alliances, depending on what's kind of, you know, what your server is like. You know, if you want to try and go for Immortal, get into one of them clans. Unlucky, Tara, unlucky. You've got to consider that a huge achievement. I would definitely agree. My chat is slow. How do you mean my chat is slow? There's only like 20 people watching though. Julie, welcome in. People know they can just come and chill in my stream. They don't have to talk. They can just chill, listen to the music, listen to me chat, answer people's questions while I just chill playing the game like I normally would if I wasn't streaming. You know, I haven't put out much videos the last couple of weeks simply because kind of the content at the moment is there's not much to talk about. We've done plenty of builds recently. I have got a challenge rift build that I'm working on, which I want to bring out over the next couple of weeks once I've perfected it myself. I've got the gem guide that I'm going to bring out hopefully this week, but then it's just going to be streams in between, and hopefully we will get new content coming up in June when it comes to the anniversary. In other news, I did get my Crimson to rank 10. So I've got some testing to do with that as well, which I may do a video for. Oh, I see. It's just to do with latency, right, when it comes to that. You know, what you see underneath my webcam is always going to have a little bit of a delay on it because that is going through to another program with Stream Elements. So it won't necessarily come up straight away as soon as you sometimes see it in the chat. But it just helps to see it multi-stream because I do stream on Twitch as well. So some people might just see me on there and pop on there and say something. So it's nice to have both up just in case there is someone over there watching. Don't die. How many more have I got to do? How many we got? 36. We're getting there. This is the best thing they've added recently, right, guys? The best thing in the recent notes that they had was the bestiary hand in here. It's too good. No more having to tell people you got to run to go and hand in 10. Good night, Tara. It just goes to show that they do listen, right? You know, they do actively kind of look at what we talk about. I'm glad they put the auto there. So much easier. Yeah, it should have been there the whole entire time. I don't know why they didn't put that in, to be fair. I'm waiting for new regulations to take effect. Should be only one currency if I got that right. Is that kind of the regulations for what the EU are putting in, right? When it comes to gacha games and how they feel that they should be done. Yeah. I've not looked into that too much. I wonder how that will affect the rest of the world. I'm supposing they would just fall in line with how kind of what the EU does, because it'd be easier, right? My biggest failure, 10 days ago, I twink dropped 5 out of 5 meter. But my neck row of 3 years don't drop greatness. That's why you shouldn't have ults. That's why I don't have any ults. Plus a real life price next to every purchase. See, that'd be great. It would help people out when it comes to that. Hey Blizz, if you're watching, please make us invulnerable when wanting to use a fucking portal. I'm surprised that's not a thing. That's in D4, right? If you see me looking up, that's because I'm looking up at my I got my task manager open. Because every now and again I've noticed when I'm streaming, it gets a little bit of a lag, and then it kind of goes away, and I'm trying to figure out what's causing it. You got a bit of mains luck and a massive. Trouble is, that's always the luck though, putting in that, you know, when it comes to having ults. This is why I refuse to have ults in this game. You had terrible luck with mirrors. What was it, all 1 stars, all 2 stars? I barely have the time for main ults and out of the question. Yeah, I agree. It's like a Laura hasn't capped Verge. I've been busy all week, man. Back to shadows tomorrow, Hunter. The shifts I was doing at work was shit this week as well. I was doing like 11 till 8 PM. So when it comes to doing anything in the evens, it was just a pain in the ass. First time being a Immortal, didn't know it was like a second job. That is a trouble with being an Immortal, right? If you touch like in YouTube, nothing changes. 0, 0. How do you mean? It doesn't update when you do it? Refresh it. I honestly don't know why they don't have defending Vault as an immortal task. Yeah, I've always thought that. Seems kind of weird, right? If it was an immortal task that rewarded like more points than any other task, more people would do it. Well, actually saying that, people would still fucking slack. Vault defending is what makes being immortal fun, or just don't defend it. Like if they made it actually more kind of more of a reason to defend it, there just you know, it doesn't seem that much point, right? Don't tell Rug. He might be watching you, man. He's always watching me, the creep. Your secret's safe with me, man. Your secret's safe with me. It might not be with Hunter, though. You have to pay him off, mate. How much platinum are you selling any salvage pet for? They go really cheap now. All the pets do, really. When it comes to the remote salvage and all of that. When it comes to savior pets, depending on what they are, they can be more expensive. The daily dose, mate. The daily dose. The DGOJ. I like it. You off to your old man's sleep. Have a good stream. See you tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow, man. 10k orbs. Are you gonna tell Rug? You done it now, mate. You done it now. Kill the boss. What do you sell for your plat? I really don't sell much, to be fair. I really never have much plat. Although I did sell today I think it was my Void Spark that I had in my bags that was sellable. Only got like 26,000 for it. But yeah, I'm only sitting on this. I do have plenty of like 1-star gems I can sell. I think people are now getting capped. I still need 3 more. Need walking 10 out of 10 terrorists of sell drops. I never recommend selling like normal gems, guys, ever. The only ones you really should sell when it comes to your normal gems is possibly your red gems, the actual rubies, and then they never sell anyway when you list them. Two go that way, I'll go this way with this guy. I think a lot of people made the mistake when the game first came out. They would sell their normal gems to make platinum because they wanted to go the resto route. But now most people have realized that resto is not the king of everything. Like, by all means, you could sell some of the terror essences, you know, if you've got an abundance of them. You know, I've got 77 sitting there. If you wanted to sell some of those to get rid of some, you know, you're only going to make, what, 100, 150 plat each. Taking away the tax will be less than that. But if you need the plat and you're saving up for something in the marketplace, then why not?
Christopher Lynn super chatted £15 and 5 pence. Thanks for all your guides.
Oh, Christopher, thank you very much. You're very much welcome, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed them all. Many more to come, I should expect, over the next, you know, definitely over the next few months, because we've got the Druid and that coming, so I will be going on to the Druid when it arrives. Well, that is the plan anyway. We've definitely got plenty of more Necro ones to come before that's even out, because that's not going to be out until probably July at some point. That's the day that you Necros cry. You know, I will look at it when it comes, and I will decide, because there will be new essences as well around, right? So I'll have to take that into consideration, that if the new essences are looking really good, then I may have to keep on Necro for a little bit longer to just do new builds if there is going to be any. And then switch over to Druid. But I do want to get into other classes as well, because I think there's a lot of people out there that could benefit from how you guys have benefited with me on being on Necro. And considering I haven't swapped to any other class before, it will be an experience. I do think you should sell some gems and get your 1 and 2 star gems to rank 4 at least, and then start saving them. Sucks having thrown a resto for a while. I suppose if you're a very new player, you may get away with doing that. You know, but there's so many, once you get to level 16, you start progressing through the paragons. You can get a lot of free legendary crests. Quite a lot. I think it's about 20 a month you can get for free, if you really maxed it all out. But you're probably right at the very beginning of the game. You know, when you're in your first, say, like 100 Paragon levels. Maybe 200 Paragon levels. I just wish they would make it easier for new players to gain their gems, to catch us up when it comes to the people that have been playing for 3 years. You know, the downside at the moment is the gems, they cost, well, to just upgrade one to like rank 7, you know. Let me bring up, while we're looking for another player, let me bring up the actual website that shows you all this. So to go from like rank 1 to rank like say 8, you need 2,187 normal gems to do that. And that's without having the things you need to then use to actually convert them to a rank 8. Because you have to buy them crystal things for 500 plat each. But when you start going to rank 10, that's just ridiculous. You're never going to get there. Have I ever tried spirits instead of Wrath? As in like bone spirits instead of Wrath on this build? You wouldn't get 70% movement speed, so it's pointless. What about R7s? So you need 729 rank 1 gems to get 1 rank 7 gem. But then you're still going to need plenty of the... I don't know if I got any in my bags. Plenty of these echo crystals. Used to upgrade normal gems above rank 5. So you're going to need these as well. And one of them costs 500 platinum. So it is an incredible amount that you need to get to like... Yeah, exactly. Even rank 7. You know, you look at some of my gems. I've got 7s. I'm actually missing a gem in that one. I've got a rank 8, look. I've got one. I've got a rank 8 citrine as well. Mostly 7s. Another 7. 7 and 7. 7 and 6. So they need a catch-up mechanic for that. Without a catch-up mechanic for that, it just becomes very difficult for new players. You've only been playing a month. Yeah, and now you can see kind of like the issue, right?
Welcome, ally.
Lol, for my update, the gems, I need more platinum, so I need to sell gems or donate. It's kind of like for new players, it becomes a very kind of just a massive wall that you hit when you get to the level of starting to push the normal gems. You get to max level, and then you're like, oh man, this is great. I'm max level already. I can do the like Inferno 5, Inferno 6 because you've got the CR, but because you haven't got the actual gems, it becomes very, very difficult. Because you haven't got 1, the survivability, or 2, the damage to output enough damage to stop the mobs from killing you. I've considered making an ult, but don't want. The trouble is with doing ults and then kind of, you know, playing the market. It is kind of against the terms of service. You know, it's not something they want people doing. But I understand why people do it. You know, I can see why people would do it. Especially as new players, they will consider anything to be able to kind of push forward with their progress. And I feel that to a certain point, and it should be based on age of account maybe, because they would be able to do it based on age of account. So in, say, the first 6 months of your account, maybe it like quadruples the drops of your gems per week. For the first 6 months of your account. And all of them extra gems that you're getting are non-sellable. So no one could actually make an old character or an old account to be able to do that with. Because they'd be non-sellable gems. That would keep more players in the game. Instead of new players joining, playing for a month or two, and then going, this is going to take forever to catch up, and then stopping. Sorry, must run. We'll catch you and rest on Discord later. You take care. Thanks for joining in. If anyone else is not on Discord already, feel free to join. The link is in the description. We have loads of chats on there about Necro and other stuff. I think we're nearly pushing 500 people now. Which I never expected from a Discord community, just for a small channel. Miko, well man, you recently got sick and was unable to play the game. Now that I'm good, I've realized how much time I was wasting in the game and going nowhere. You feel no motivation to start playing again, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, when it comes to, there needs to be catch-up mechanics for newer players. You know, if you've just started your account, there should be, for gems, a, you know, a 50% or, you know, a 200% increase when it comes to the amount of gems that gets dropped, until for the first 6 months of your character, maybe something along them lines. If they implemented something like that, then a lot of people would be able to continue playing the game because they see that there's a mechanic there. You know, you imagine here we can get what was it, 126 gems, is it, weekly from this? You imagine getting, you know, that times 4 per week for the first 6 months. Something like that anyway. It would improve the catch-up. More people would play. More people would stay. You've been playing 6 to 7 months. Getting 2k rezo was the biggest achievement. I love the wings, but the 3k or 4k seems impossible. The trouble is, when it comes to rezo, don't worry about it. Rezo is not the be-all and end-all. You know, you can do fine as a 2k. There's a guy in my channel, in my Discord channel, Nedra. He sits around 2k rezo, and he kind of does massive, insane amount of damage because of the way he stacks his gems. It's all about damage stacking. If you can damage stack very well, then you will have no problem when it comes to doing damage. Why is your corpse lance red like that? I get asked that all the time, and I do not know the answer. I do a lot of damage thanks to your builds and guides. It's just always about just stacking damage, and that's what I tend to put out in my videos. And my kind of guide that I'm doing for the gems, the Ultimate Necro gem guide, when it comes to any sort of spend level, you will see in there that the gems that I'm going to recommend, especially for the kind of free to play up to like 3k rezo, even possibly 4k rezo, is all going to be about damage stacking. You know, as much damage stacking as you possibly can when it comes to the legendary gems. When you get above that, the rezo, when you get to like 6, 7, 8, 9 and upwards, you know, the rezo outweighs everything else, because you then start opening up like wing slots when you get to 6k, so you can put far much more resonance in your gear, and that just pumps up your damage anyway. But even then, you can still out damage someone of 6k, 7k, 8k rezo as a 2 to 3 to 4k reso player easily, because some of them reso gems don't have flat damage increases. Dead game. Have you ever thought about trying out the Necro primary attack build? I suppose when it comes to a build like this, this is what you would class as more of a primary attack build, because you are standing there when you're, especially when you're using a build like this. Although you've got mages, and the reason you've got mages is because this would be a dead slot if you didn't, and they do a lot of damage, and they help trigger your Grim Scythe, which you're going to be using. Where is my one? This one here, Death's Disseminates. Your mages will trigger that, so them triggering that will then wipe out your things. So that is what you'd class as a primary. Now you could probably do a complete primary attack damage, but I think it wouldn't do much damage. You know, simply because you could probably buff your attack speed to a level where you could be pumping out so many spikes or so many soul fires, but I just don't think it's going to compare anywhere near to these builds. And that's why you just don't see people using them. I think in the past people did. There was even builds in the past where, for like gauntlets and stuff, the Necros would be there to buff other party members, which you just don't see anymore. My friend donate 130k for 11k reso, and before selling that buy 12k account. That scares you. Buff, what's that? Yeah, I know. But you used to be there literally to buff people when it comes to like giving them bone armor defense. Then you used to have the pillar, which provided like an attack speed bonus. You know, there was so many cool things that Necro providing a buff would be great for. And then we had Parting Gift, which was like the ultimate buff you could give to people, and then they nerfed it. The Fun Police, you know, came out, took away Parting Gift. It was OP though. Double pack. Only 3 of us doing it, so we've got to try and get 2,000 still. Now you got curious for the dot resolution build, Wolf or Misery? I would probably say test both, but I would probably say the biggest damage you're going to see would probably be Misery, to be fair. Verge better than Ereban. I prefer Verge, but if I'm solo, I'll do Ereban. Good night there, Antolly. Nice to have you in. I think you can do Verge much more kind of just chilled when it comes to streaming. Must be getting close to cap now. And I got 2 more terrorists to do after this. And then maybe do some dungeons before calling it a night. What is the time? We've been streaming. Yeah, we've still got plenty of time. Probably come off around about midnight UK time. Back to Monday, working week again. There we go. Let's put some different music on. What should we go with? Something a bit more upbeat? Nah, it's probably too much. Let's go a bit house. Nedra is the right-hand man in Discord. I've got a few of them that I go to kind of, you know, bounce ideas around nowadays. But me and Nedra have definitely been on Discord chatting as friends for quite some time. I think it's handy for someone like myself as a content creator to have someone to bounce ideas from, especially when they've played Necro a lot as well. You know, get them to test things that I'm testing, get their opinions on, you know, the kind of like tier lists or, you know, gem guides, things like that before I actually put it out, just so I know that he thinks, or all of the other people that I'm in the Discord with think that it's good to go, you know, before I put something out that may be wrong. We all make mistakes. It's always good to get a second opinion. And the amount we learn from it is always good. Always good to get knowledgeable answers. Exactly that, you know. There might be something that he's tested that I haven't tested, or some other guys have tested that I haven't tested before. And, or it could be that they've tested the thing in the past and it needs retesting, and we've got plenty of people that can go and do that. You know, as I've said before, there is a part of my Discord that I keep for some of us that do a lot of testing when it comes to not just Necro but loads of classes, and that we keep that separate from the other parts of Discord, simply because it's nice to have the separate parts there so we can compare what people are talking about, and we've got that separate channel to be able to discuss things that we're testing out, and maybe some things that we want to, you know, not share straight away. Right, is that cap? That is cap. I am capped. Keep secrets and secret lol. Yeah, we do keep secrets. I didn't even get a chance to say thank you. They both left. But if you were in a stream, thanks for the runs. You gotta love autocorrect, man. Salvage all this. Where is TRs at the moment? So I still need to do 2. Oh, it's frozen tundra. Ah, perfect. Should be able to get 2 done before it resets. Your worst enemy is autocorrect. That is the downside to using a phone, right? I'm so glad that this PvP season reset is coming up. I prefer when I'm I get to legend, get to like 3200. I stop. Do my 3 a day. But I do like the start of the season when it's kind of like rush to push. Still think the seasons for Battlegrounds should be shorter. Instead of 3 months, it should be like maybe 2 months. 6 weeks. Right, we'll get up to the place where we can get plenty of these. Normally loads of elites up here. Best place to farm up here for these fragments. Or the Stygian. Oh, Kendi, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Get these done as quick as possible, then get into doing some dungeons. I haven't done dungeons. I think I've still got some dungeons to do. Done all my my Elder Rifts, got capped on that, which is absolutely fine. I think I've got some bounties to do, but fuck bounties. But yeah, to the person who's asking me why is this red? Why is my corpse lance red? That question has been asked to me since the first video that I put out, and I still don't have the true answer. Some people were saying it's because I play on PC, but I am still unsure to this day. F bounties, hate them, not even bother. Yeah, I wish you could send pets to do bounties. Pets should do bounties all the time. You should be able to just send your pets on missions to complete bounties for you. Where's all the elites? Don't get me wrong, I'll sometimes do some Hellslayer bounties. When I have to. I missed that. When we had a temporary feature that you could send them to bounties. I know, it was like the best thing ever, right? We should start a petition up. They need to bring it back. What build am I using? I'll give you a quick look. So I'm using this build right here. There you go, that's on screen. Just go back on the stream a bit and pause it, and you'll be able to see then exactly what I'm using. There is a complete build guide for it. But if I sit there too long in that, no worries. If I sit there too long in that, I'll die and lose all my fragments. This little pet though, this cosmetic, I hope they bring out more features for him. So much better than the Murloc. I know what we can do after this as well. Maybe I'll show you what I'm doing when it comes to challenge rifts. I'll show you a 484, how I'm getting on with that, and then show you the how difficult the next step up is. And why I can't get it down. The only downside to doing that is we'll have to see how the computer holds up, because the amount of numbers that I produce in a challenge rift when it comes to AoE and mobs down is unbelievable. Nice easy first run. Get in and do the second run. Is this one good for what? Are you in my stream also? If not, I'm gonna have to leave this and come and have a look. Also, he's asking me a question. Is this one good for PvE? Is this one good for PvE? Is that one good for PvE? I have to say your build is very fun to play with and has made it so much easier for me to play. I've been using the build with Wraithform, and I've been able to cut out most team members. Or you've been able to outrun most team members. Reading that wrong there completely. Yeah, this build, no one can really keep up with you, not much. I think a Barb might be able to, depend on the build they're using. Oh, so I take it the answer to my question is, also, you are in my stream, but you're lurking. Is that correct? You have to get your res and CR up as well as my gems and runes, but that's the grind part. Yeah, exactly that. You know, res you don't really have to worry about though, man. You know, what res do you see out at the moment? What gems are you working on? You're currently sitting at 1.2k res and your highest gem is level 4 rolling. Okay, so how much do you spend in the game? Do you play as a free to play, or do you buy like just the battle pass? What's your kind of your expenditure? Because that's what it all depends on, really, on me knowing on kind of what advice I can give to you. And I think that's what my guide that I'm going to hopefully release this week is going to aim to kind of show people. Mainly battle pass, but a little spend on rare occasions for like a mirror event. That seems fair. You know, so I would say your main thing to kind of focus on then when it comes to legendary gems alone would be your roiling is really good. You know, that is one of the best gems in the game to level up when it comes to 5 stars. I would also consider maybe getting a blood-soaked jade. That would be the second one I would definitely go for, because it's handy to have that extra 10% movement speed. So you don't have to try and source it from anywhere else, although it can be sourced from other places. So you can go and put it onto like your green sets, and you can then bump up the extra 10%. So you have that at level 2, even better. So you've already got roiling, and you've got a level 2 blood-soaked jade, so that's perfect. So the other gems you're going to want to be using when it comes to builds that I use is definitely going to be things like Mother's Lament, Pain Clasp. Try and get them to like as high rank as you possibly can. Level 2 ranked 2-star gems are much easier to get to rank 10, because you can just craft them at the jewel crafter when you've got enough of the telluric fragments. CE is good. You know, the CE is very good. The trouble is, I think, with a lot of different gems is you just want to have a set kind of, especially when you're at a lower res, you really want to just be focusing on the damage kind of buff and gems. So, you know, even for you there, Avis, you know, going with a rank 10 Berserker's Eye, you know, it's going to be great if you're not already using it. Misery Elixir, you know, rank as a 1-star gem, go rank 10, going to massively increase your damage. It's all about just getting them percentage damages where you can get plenty of damage increase, and you'll notice a hell of a difference. You're already doing well when it comes to your 5 stars. So your main focus then would be on making sure you do your weekly gems, leveling up your gems, and when it comes to wanting to kind of level up your normal gems to rank 5, using the platinum to go and buy the crystals in the jewel crafting place, because that is going to give you the best kind of upgrade you can possibly get when it comes to your secondary stats. And then just grinding the game, upgrading your gear, what gear level you're at when it comes to like level 30, level kind of 20 upwards. What's your gear level? Nice, these last two are really close, even better. The other thing is really good to focus on is like your Heliquary raids, making sure you're kind of ranking up your celestial tableau. You're going to get a lot of CR from that as well. Sass Terror's done. Finally. almost all of your main gear to level 26, which is good. And the secondary level to 20, which is really good. You know, getting Immortal level 26 is going to open up everything you need to when it comes to reforges. And reforges are really important. So once you get there, you want to make sure you're doing your battlegrounds and get into legend every time. Because then you're going to open up much more reforge stones. So then you can reforge all the gear to how you want it. You know, when it comes to this build, your reforges should, in theory, be something like this. The reason we take damage as suffering loss of control is because it's just going to be massive amounts of damage when it comes to going into dungeons. And the attack speed is going to increase your kind of animation of your attack speed, so it will come up quicker. We all need beneficial duration because it's going to increase the time your things are up. Critical hit damage, you want to get as much as that as possible, although it's not as important as critical hit chance. So just making sure your reforge bonuses, and always go for these three, so you're getting the vengeance bonus, because you're going to be using your primary. If you can increase your primary, you can use your primary, you've got that chance to get a sudden 100% increased damage for that 1 second. It's just too OP not to take. Okay, let's switch loadout to this loadout here, which is what I've been playing with when it comes to challenge rifts. Let's see how the stream handles this. Salvage all that rubbish. I do want to change one thing, and we're going to go to this one. As you can see there, guys, that's basically 1,000 points. And that I pulled off quite easily. A good Sunday listening to Lorif and doing errands. That's always nice to know it's good listening to me. Let's see if anyone can figure out what the build's all about before I kind of maybe show you what it's all about. One pack. Any more blues? Any more blues? Don't want to get stuck. We need blue packs, guys. We need blue packs. We need many blue packs. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. So the idea is these big skulls are going to fear things. But I'm going to want to get these into the middle of the room. And as much of these smaller mobs as possible as well. So now we're gathering. Don't worry about the timer. I could even go for this yellow mob, I think. Okay, we've still got one to come down. Doesn't matter if we die once. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it. My god, the numbers. But look, it is lagging a lot because I'm streaming at the same time. This is definitely a build to use off stream. But the time doesn't matter. Unless I keep getting hit by lasers. It's that laser there that's causing me the issue. See, look at that. The time. Who cares about the time, eh? Okay. I'm on your Discord, so figure out how to post my current build. It's almost identical exactly for numbers. Always share builds. We like sharing builds. You see what I'm doing here though, guys, right? I'm spinning them around so I can group them up. Do I have the 8% extension fix for spirits? I don't think so. Or I may have one. I'd have to check. I've not really min-maxed this build at all when it comes to spirits and stuff. The boss will spawn here, alright. We can force the boss to spawn here, I think. Or at this corner. These corridors are really difficult though when it comes to grouping up, and that's why you want to do them big rooms like I did up there. But this is easy mode when it comes to a 484. When you go into 485, it's just ridiculous. Okay, what side is the boss going to spawn? He's spawning up there, so we're going to go down here. There's a reason for me doing this. We don't want to use this build to kill the boss. It's not a build that you would use to kill a boss, so we're not going to use it. Let's see what boss we're going to get. I've been unlucky with bosses recently when it comes to doing this. Oh, this is good. You just swap sides on this guy. Until he does that, and then you've got to stay away from him for a second. But he actually puts a burning on the floor. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, I hit the thing on the floor. Didn't even see it. Six minutes 38. I'd probably beat my last one.
Back to work.
If I may ask, what's your highest CA you've gotten on your gear? I recently had a piece of fight. Well, you are very lucky because I don't have any of that high yet. You know, that 2436, 2462, 2456, 2445, 2436. There's just nothing. I've not had any 2500s yet. You think if I can get over 2500s on all of these, it's going to be increase my it's going to increase my CR by a fair amount. One of these could be it. You got a 2509, GG. I don't know what the highest is currently when it comes to the current server Paragon, right? You got really lucky. Okay. Let me show you the difference between what we just did and an 485. You've seen a 2515. What level were they? Got it from the events chest. Very nice. What level are you though? When it comes to your Paragon level, are you pushing like... You gotta be like... Yeah, I was gonna say they gotta be 840 to get that sort of level. Because for those who didn't know, your legendary gear, it just goes, it increases as you go up in Paragon level. It's based on kind of the server Paragon level. But when it comes to your green sets, it's based on the actual difficulty you're on. It has a maximum cap of the CR. Okay, so did I just change the Paragon? I did, didn't I? Yes. You wanted to know if I had the fix, didn't you? Nope. 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 And nope. So I don't have that fixed. This is what you're asking me about Spirit Essence. Don't have it. So when you go to this, it goes up by like another fair amount. I don't know if that last one improved. I got to rank 30. So this one becomes a lot more difficult when it comes to the boss. Now if I can pull this off on stream, that'd be great. I'm still playing around with the build, so it could end up be where I use something like that. It's just something that Nedra started off on Discord, and I've been determined to kind of get it to work. Nice. Nice. Bring them together. Is there another pack? There's 2 more packs here. We want them here, so we're gonna have to bring them together. The lag is unreal. The lag is just unreal. It's all the numbers. It's just madness. These green monsters, these green things that spawn now are just horrific. This pack didn't even come down. But that's fine. We can just tease these now. Oh, rip. First death. Ah, got hit. Give it a second. Get my cooldowns back. Some of these are nearly dead, so... Be handy if we can get them grouped up a bit better as well now. It's them green things down there. They spit out them poison dart things. Them things there. Awful. Oh, we've killed one though. And another. And another, and another. Oh my god, look at that. And that. Look at that time, guys. GG. Doesn't mean shit. Get to the boss and it absolutely goes to shit. Don't want a yellow pack. Yellows just take too long to kill when it comes to this. Oh, oh, oh. I do want that though. I want to kill this blue pack. I'm not worried about the yellow pack. Stuck. Out of potions. Oh, I stopped there for a second. That's not good to stop. Go down. Get away from that yellow pack. This would be a good area for the boss. Are you going to have spirits bold at some point? I don't remember you said something about it. Don't know. It's another 16 seconds lost. And another. It's the boss, man. I've got to this point before. I only need literally like a few kills and it's just gonna really fuck me off. No, I'm now stuck in there. Zip. Come on, spawn. Nice. Get down here. Yours should be like summoner. And it's just gonna absolutely annihilate me. Ah, even worse. Even worse. This is dead in the water. Ah, why even hit me? Why even hit me? I can't be close to her because she's got these summons and she just does that, look. But I need to make sure I target her with my Grim Scythe every single time. And this is why you want a summonless boss. It's just not possible. Because now... Next time. We'll go again. I'll try it again. If I can get the same boss as I got in that 484, won't be any problem in doing it. Change Paragon. It's always good to change Paragon to Survivor here. What CI you need for this one? 49,148 and I'm 48. It's a big difference. I definitely think it's possible. I don't think it's not. That's rough. I know. I'm going to go again, though. I've tried this so many times, though, guys. Where we at? I have one more go, then I'll do some dungeons, and then I will call it for the night. It's just tunnels again. And you have to get the right sort of mob type as well. You get the wrong sort of mob type, and you're just screwed. Any elites... Just all white mobs. Let's get a different mob type. The mob type is terrible. When you get to this level, guys, if you don't already know, if you've not played any other like Rift games like this before, especially like D3. I used to fish rifts in D3 for hours to try and get the perfect rift to kind of push the leaderboards. This one might not be too bad. You just got to watch out for the little bugs that are on the floor. We've got an elite pack there. We've got another elite pack here. And an elite... fuck my life. This is the thing you've got when you got using this spirit essence, or this bone spirit, sorry. You need to have 5 up all the time to use fear. Wow, that damage. And these range mobs are just rough. But can't do anything against them. They just one-shot me every single time. Yeah, they do get tough, don't they? But you've just got to play it, haven't you? You know, you've got to play the mobs. You've just got to keep focused, and eventually you will get it. You will get it done. I like the fact that this is a really good challenge, though. Another bullshit mob, though. Spear throwers. And you have to fish for the elites, not these yellow ones, though. What the fuck? The wall has just pissed me off. Spear throwers are even worse. Like, where did that wall even come from? Once I pack these up together, then it'd be alright. He says. Ah. Yeah, I'm too sleepy for this. We're going to do dungeons. I will get it down though, and I will record it. And then I'll do a video on the build. Maybe this needs to be some tweaks on the build, but I think the build's good. Maybe like you said, maybe some switches around with some essences, with some affixes. Maybe that would be what it needs. We'll see. It's definitely going to be one that I keep pushing with. Because basically you're using the big spirits to fear things because of the offhand. Because of the main hand. So let's just show you how it works. So we got the standard studied menace. You know, we got defiling swarm. We got the raving silence. So it's dot resolution. But then we're using the new death's egress along with a communal rib to fear the enemies when bone spirits is used. So you've got all of them spinning around you. You're going to fear them. And then what you've got as well then is you've got more bone spirit damage here. But then you've got this. Corpse explosion now detonates the fear of targeted enemies, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. So you've got an explosion of fear. And that's basically how I'm kind of being able to run around them and get massive explosions as I'm going around, because you can just spam corpse explosion. It works really, really well. I don't want any spectral allies in mine. Sup, Fexus? How's it going, man? This is the guy who has no problems doing challenge refs. What level challenge ref have you done? 490? That's how you capitalize on fear for sure, Avis. $494, $493. Yeah, I'm pushing 485, which is like 1,000 CR above me. But I like the challenge, so the build I'm using definitely works. It's just the boss issue. It's the boss is the issue. Getting a boss that spawns minions just kind of absolutely fucking wrecks me. Oh, we got Dasher in here. Tempest can hit 500 now. That's mad. I haven't looked to see what the top is. Don't think I'm going to beat Dash's damage. I may be able to pull it back though. She is above 400 already though. That's insane. Yeah, I'm on Twitch as well. It should be running. Yeah, it's running. Oh, cheers for the follow on Twitch, man. Had to rewind a snapper pick of that build you had there. Gonna try the fear later. By all means. If you think of any changes as well, drop it in the Discord, man. I will try changes because that build has been driving me insane. And I want to perfect that before I release it as a build guide. Okay, here is Bear. You prefer Twitch then, do you, Vexus? And my office is just scattered with so many post-it notes of just random shit that I've been writing down about builds. Does anyone else do that? Just write down random shit on pieces of paper instead of writing it on notes on their computer or their phone? You use voice recorder? You got me on the TV. You'll be surprised how many people actually watch YouTube on TVs. I see it in the analytics and they're like, it's a massive thing apparently. Need to get ahead so I can push the damage up. Got 2 of the clan mates in there, I think. I'm out doing errands, so on the phone at the moment. I think the majority of the analytics show most people watch on phone. But it's a surprising amount of people watch it on TV. If I ever watch YouTube, it's mostly on PC or my phone. I sometimes watch it on my tablet. Not really much on the TV. My partner, she watches mostly YouTube on TV though, to be fair. I think YouTube has become one of them places now though where there's so much stuff on there when it comes to even like documentaries. I watch some like documentaries on there because I like watching all the paranormal shows. Always been into paranormal stuff for some reason. You remember when YouTube first started? It's like 20 years ago. That's insane, right? To think it's 20 years ago. 2005. You're old. I remember when YouTube first started. How old do you think I am? You think I'm 44? Or are you 44? Holy crap, you didn't think it was that long ago. It doesn't feel that long ago, does it? 2005 YouTube launched. I'm going to be 38 in July. It's just a guess, lol. I think the beard definitely makes me look older, right? You was close. Yeah, you was close. You're my friend, mate. 34 is good. You're always 50. I think it's good that there's people like, you know, in their late 30s, 40s, and into their 50s, even 60s that are playing, you know, Diablo Immortal. I suppose there's a lot of nostalgia there. And just in people enjoying games in general nowadays. You hit 50 in November, the big 5-0. I always say you're as old as you feel though, right? So if you're a gamer at heart, you're always going to feel younger. You've been playing video games since Pong. Don't worry, people think I'm 30 plus, but it's just my beard. I could never cut my beard off now. I'd look so much younger than what I, you know, I'd look really baby faced, I think. Oh really? Has he got a long beard like mine? Stupid mousepad. It was supposed to say Diablo when it came out on PlayStation. I have the same issue with Babyface. Yeah. I would never go back to Babyface. Never. So you do prefer Twitch because if YouTube gets paused, it doesn't auto catch up to where the live is. Oh yeah, I agree. So you can be 3, 5, 8 minutes behind the live. Twitch auto takes you to live. Yeah, it does do that. That's a fair point, actually. New nickname, Babyface Lorif. Oh man, I'd look so strange. If I could find a picture of me. Well, I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find a picture of me with no beard. Gotta go back sometime though. Jesus Christ. What is up with these queues? I know it's late, but my god. Still gotta go back further than this. I will find one. See if I can play this one-handed while I'm looking for a picture. That's a very small beard. It's got to be no beard at all, though. Max damage playing one-handed. Would you believe it? I don't think I have a picture on here. Do not think I have a picture on here without a beard. Oh, rip. Now I lost my golem. There you go, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but that's me without no beard. Scary. That was in 2018. Before COVID. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. That is literally the only picture I've got on there with no beard. I'll have to see if I can find some others. I know there is more. Keep the beard, I know. The beard has to stay. I'd be lost without the beard. Just knowing it's there and you can just stroke the beard, you know, I'd just be lost without it. Takes a lot of looking after though, sadly. Can't stand my beard, too scratchy. There's a reason why they get scratchy for guys that kind of have them and they don't look after them. Where's the mob? If they don't look after them, they get dry skin underneath their beard because they're not treating the skin with any oil. So the oils lose, it's kind of the nice moisture in the skin that you normally have is all gone. So it just becomes dry and itchy. So you have to treat your beard with plenty of oil. Proper beard oil as well. I used to be clean shaven when I was in my like early 20s. I think I'll do one more dungeon and we'll probably call it there. Coming up to midnight, I think. We'll probably get a few more in actually. We'll call it there at midnight. Work again in the morning. Busy week. Working from 9:30 till 6:30 every day. Got a wedding to go to on Saturday. So it's going to be a busy week. Plus, I want to get the build guide out as well. Or the gem guide out this week at some point. Got to do the finishing touches to it, but hopefully have that out before the end of the week. Definitely going to be a kind of a less videos over the next, couple of weeks, simply because there's not much content to do. I'm not going to put out videos for the sake of putting out videos. I'd rather give you guys good information and proper guides. Tonight is the last vigil fight, one on the road. Blessed Rain 6, very nice. Our rain ended today. Whoa, look at this. Loads of damage. I think I'm only on Blessed Rain like two though, to be honest. I think I'm at like 30 weeks and 2 Blessed Rains. Quality over quantity. I agree. I just can't ever see me being one of those creators that just does like daily videos. I just haven't got the time to do that. Streaming is easier, just jump on. What build am I using at the moment? I am using my dungeon build that I put up a few weeks ago on the channel. Look at that amount of lag there because of the elites. Hold on a second, it still says there's mobs on the screen, but there's none there. I'll show you the build once I get on the raft. I should always have Blessed Rain 6, but I server merge prevented that. Yeah, I server merged back in like beginning of the year. Oh, lost a piece of gear. That goes at the beginning of the year, and that kind of put me behind a little bit, but I reckon I should be able to get within the next like 6 months everything I need to get all the cloaks. I actually quite like the cloaks that you get for when it's Blessed Rain. What am I on anyway? 30 weeks. So you're going to get this one then. These last 2 cloaks are just amazing. You have enough weeks for it right now? Yeah, nice. 2 years without an Immortal Rain for you. Why don't you join a clan that kind of, you know, is part of an alliance that does do rotating Immortal Rains? Because then you get to see both sides. Okay, so you got about 4 weeks. Very nice. I wonder, as people now start to get them cloaks, that they maybe do more. The cloaks for the Immortal Rains and the Blessed Rains and that are just cosmetics. Prax, you said my clan is top 3 shadow clans, but not part of the 2 alliances. That's a shame. So Fex is saying on Twitch he's got 5 Blessed Rains with around 46 weeks. So yeah, 1 more Blessed Rain, he gets the top cloak. Very nice. Are you sticking to that particular clan then, Praxis? Why don't you change clan kind of as the reign has ended, you know, and join one of the alliance clans? As long as you're a player that, you know, plays a lot, you're active, the top clans in the actual alliances will take you. But it all depends on how dedicated you are to your one clan, I suppose. To be honest, I've considered it, but those clans are usually full. I suppose that is the downside. You got to pre-plan, right? So speak to one of the clan officers and just be like, look, I want to join your clan at the end of the reign. Is there any chance of having a space, you know, in the future, and just keep pestering them, I would say. Not to the level they get to the point where and say no, but to the level where you just remind them once every 3 weeks that you're still interested in joining. If the server merge had not happened, my alliances would have some of the first on NA East to get the final cloak. Yeah. That's the downside to server merges, right? Ahmed is saying, if we don't consider you preference Necromancer just pure damage in PvE, do you think Tempest will be better than Necromancer? Tempest does some massive damage. I'm not sure in PvE wise what would pull the biggest amount of damage when it comes to the dot resolution classes, you know, Necro or Crusader. You know, I know dot resolution does its damage when it comes to AoE damage, and Tempest is boss killer, so that could be where the Tempest does pick up on. But I've not seen any Tempest really when it comes to me doing dungeons keeping up with me, unless they're like much higher reso than me. The people you met in your clan are super cool. Your clan leader is one of the best leaders I've had. Actual cares about people. That's really good to have a clan leader like that. You should see if you can speak to him about getting into one of the alliances then. If you can get friendly with with the alliance and get into one of them, maybe they'll cycle you in. Yeah, it's what we used to do on my old server. Tempest's single target is really good. You'd have to do some real testing when it comes to comparing them, when it comes to making sure they've got like a similar reso, a similar CR, similar secondaries, to get a real good testing for what and how they could perform against each other. But that is obviously very difficult to do. Oh, agreed. Very nice. See, in these sorts of maps, and where it's agreed, you may notice a Tempest push. You know, you see there, look. He's a much more higher CR than I am, 7k, so no wonder he's pulling out that on a single target. It's very difficult to compare, like, when it comes to that practice. So even you'd need to, yeah, having someone that can switch classes and go, yep, okay, I can definitely see which one does better on single target, which one does better on AoE is fair enough. When it comes to just general people just playing the game with, say, a Necromancer, and they go up against a Tempest, depending on the gear level, the Necromancer, because they just outperform when it comes to dungeons because of all the AoE damage, would come out on top at the end, I should expect. Fexus is saying he does more damage on Necro than Seder. I've always wondered that comparison. That's no problem, Ahmed. No problem at all, mate. One more dungeon then, guys. Yeah, I've seen your Necro videos, man. The damage is absolutely insane. When's my next stream going to be? Probably Wednesday, possibly. I try to do 2 streams a week. Middle of the week and then at the weekend. So possibly Wednesday. And then maybe Sunday again next week. Depending on what goes on. May end up going to the cinema next week. We'll see. And because I'm busy on the Saturday, it would have to be the Sunday to go to the cinema. It will always be quite late, yeah. Hello, Mr. Officer. How you doing? I'm doing very well. Apart from these dungeon queues. Want to get one last dungeon done. Yeah, my streamer times will always be, you know, later on in the evenings. I like to just chill with my partner up until around 9 o'clock UK time. And then after that, I'd most probably go live like 9:30. Very similar sort of times to what I did today. I'm not going to really make a schedule for when I go live and stuff. I'm just going to go live. Who turns up, turns up. It's not about how many people I get turn up to me. You know, I just want to be able to be here and answer people's questions as they've got them. I think it's good. Dinner time for you. Thanks for everything. See you Wednesday-ish. Good night, Praxis. Take care, mate. Well, I was going to do one more dungeon, but... it seems that the game doesn't want me to do one last one. Not at all. It's queue time now. It's because everyone's in bed. Well, as we can't get another one then, I think the only thing that's got for it is just to salvage what, or to inspect what I've got, right? Let's do identify. See, never lucky. Even that is terrible. Oh well. RNG gods, eh? The RNG gods. Didn't even get any extra wisps. How many wisps have I got? 60. Not many. Well, that is going to be it then, guys. It's been a nice chilled stream for 2.5 hours. Thank you for all coming along. Thank you for follows, subs, donations. You know, I think Christopher did a super chat today. If he's still in the chat, thank you very much for that. It's always appreciated. Like I said, guys, I do have a video at some point this week, probably towards the end of the week. I've still got a lot to do on it when it comes to just finalizing how it's going to be laid out. I've got a few pages I'm still doing it to. It's going to be a complete kind of guide on every sort of gem you can possibly have as a necro, all of the different builds you can use with them gems. When it comes to being free to play, right up to being, you know, a 12k plus whale, it's all going to be included. I think it's going to be quite an in-depth video. We're trying not to make it too long. Once we've got the video done, and I'll probably end up having the guide sit there and be updated on a regular basis when we get new gems. So it's going to be something we can definitely go over, say once every 6 months, adding all the new gems in, and kind of placing them where they need to be and seeing if there's any updates to gems that and what you would be using in the build. So I think that's going to be the best way of doing it. Something that we can always use and always go back to. Now, streams next week, as I just mentioned, probably be Wednesday and probably Sunday next week. Hopefully I'll get the 2 in, as we're not doing too many videos at the moment because we're waiting for the content to come. But thanks for all coming. It's been great as always, and we'll see you probably Wednesday, guys. Take care all. Have a good week.